we have those expectations. I feel like when I'm here in Vegas and he's in LA and we're traveling, it takes a second to like reconnect when you come back.
Yeah.
It's like you see these movies, like you walk in the door and you're tearing off each other's clothes. And I'm like,
that's not how it works.
But the truth is like I need to like decompress for a minute and like, you know,
I want to take a shower and wash my hair.
And then let's watch Netflix and
rub my feet and make me laugh, and I am done.
Yeah.
I am closed off in a second. It really is. If guys only knew.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, I'm MJ.
And I'm Bree.
Welcome to Keeping It Casual,
A sex-positive dating and relationship advice podcast.
Yes, I'm married with 2 kids.
And I'm navigating this crazy dating world.
We're just here to share our drama.
And the wild stories of our listeners.
Your Vegas girls are here for you.
Let's do it.
You guys, we are sitting here in the presence of one of the baddest babes in Las Vegas at this moment, okay?
And she got us to drink whiskey,
That's
y'all.
right. We are doing a honey Jack Daniels tonight.
Ooh, goes down smooth. Chris is going to be so mad. He's like, he tries to get us to drink whiskey with him all the time. And we're like, nah.
Whiskey's for boys because he just gets the normal.
he just gets Jack Daniels.
Yeah, but this has a little honey and a little
honey
sweet,
to
a
it,
little
yes.
sexy, you know.
Of course, it's the sexy Jack Daniels. He's like, oh,
Yes.
well, now you're doing it. Well, that's because we are sitting here with the creator and director of the newest show on the strip, one of the hottest new shows on the strip, Cherry
Off the
Boom
Strip.
Boom. Is it off the strip?
It's just right behind Tropicana. It's right there.
The only reason why I say it's
right
off
there.
the strip because I don't want to give the show beforehand and on the strip name.
Oh my gosh! But
But it really is like right there. It's
It
such
is
a
right
great
there.
location.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
You can sneeze
can
from
walk.
the strip and it's
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Formerly Hooters, now the Oyo Casino.
Yes, and we saw it a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about it. We were
so hot.
We were excited to go, and then we were excited afterwards because it is like sexy, burlesque, and like the music was out of control. We were listening to all the
Yeah,
songs.
Love that.
I was like trying to Shazam everything as I was. I was in the showroom. I was like, "What's this song?"
You're supposed to have your phone away. Damn it. Okay.
I know.
didn't catch
Well,
it. Okay.
there were certain songs that I didn't know that I was like.
Interesting.
There was a song by Morphine that I was like, that song is so hot. We were listening to it, and MJ looks at me and she goes, "Is this Bowie?" And I was like, "I know every Bowie song ever. This is not Bowie."
I love that you even knew that it was Morphine because big fan of that group.
Okay,
I
so
love it.
did you put all the music into the show because that soundtrack is just
Thank you so much.
my
Yeah,
God.
I do pick the music, and I love music that just moves me from the inside out, and stuff from that genre, but then up to present day, you know, that just fits into it has to also fit into the flow of the show.
Yeah.
So it's kind of tricky. It's not just like music that you like, but it also has to go with furthering the story in the show.
You have like some like 70s funk
Yes.
divas in there and
Betty
Zeppelin.
Davis.
Betty Davis, yeah.
Zeppelin.
You pulled the
like
Zeppelin. I was like, what?
Yes.
What is this?
Because Zeppelin is
so great.
sexy.
Yes,
That
rebellion.
version
Yes.
of I Put a Spell on You that you have in the show. Hot.
We could Samantha Fish.
Oh man, we could go on and on about music, but first off, you guys, give it up for Lindsley Allen in the house.
Thank you guys.
We never said the name. I just kind of got so sidetracked. I was like, music, let's talk about it.
We get so excited. You have a very deep dance history that I think everybody would be interested to find out a little bit of your roots because you've trained with the Pussycat Dolls, correct? Can you give us a little bit of taste of where you started with them?
Well, I'll give you the short story is I from Pennsylvania, very small town, won a Joe Tremaine scholarship out of like 1,000 kids.
Wow.
And brought me to Los Angeles and auditioned for the agency. Paula Abdul was the choreographer at the time.
Oh my God.
Got
I
with
love
a
it.
dance agent and then started at one of the original founding members of the Pussycat Dolls. Worked alongside Robin Anton for 7 years.
Wow.
People don't really even realize that in the Viper Room at the time when it was such an era of like Stone Temple Pilots and super cool. Johnny Depp saw us, gave us a home, basically was like, okay, Thursday nights I want you to do your show. And so we did it for like, twice a night, half an hour show, had to like build upon it. Yes, Pussycat Dolls, worked with Prince, choreographer Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, yeah, but we're with
and then
Prince.
Cherry Boom Boom,
Prince.
Tim Robbins,
I
George
think,
Bigot.
That's a
lots of
little.
people.
You were Darling Nikki on his tour.
Oh my gosh. That started because, he wanted to produce a show called Erotic City downtown in Glam Slam in Los Angeles.
Oh,
and so
I love it.
all auditioned for the show. Jamie King is the director, choreographer, and he literally named each one of us character names. And so when Prince gives you the name Darling Nikki, you own it. You own it.
You were like,
and you live up to that.
I do have a piece of Purple Rain in my heart,
oh
sir.
Oh my God. I mean, and then of course we went on to do like American Music Awards and VH1 Honors. I worked with them for about 5 years, and with Mayte when we did Around the World in a Day tour.
You guys have met Mayte. She's incredible. I bet took her.
And Carmen Electra. Oh my God. Yes, brought Carmen into Pussycat Dolls. It's many stories.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like I know with Pussycat Dolls you worked with Carmen Electra. You got to work with, I'm assuming, like, I remember I saw Christina Aguilera do Pussycat Dolls. So were you a part of that still in that time?
I was there before that when we were building the foundation with Christina Applegate. I was there like early on, 7 years into building it. And then literally when Gwen Stefani was doing the show and then Interscope Records came, I literally had choreographed and created this number with a microphone because we set out just to do a stage show. We never intended it to be an international pop group, right?
Pop group, right. So I don't think people know that. They didn't know it started as a burlesque
show.
Yeah, it's a huge, it literally happened at a moment like, oh, they could be a singing group. Yeah. And it took off from there. So super proud of my roots with Pussycat Dolls and help build that foundation.
Yeah, it's funny because anytime I've been bragging today at work, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go talk to one of the OG Pussycat Dolls. And they're like Nicole Schwarzinger. And I'm like, no, the burlesque show, actually.
Right. No, before Nicole, okay?
Yeah, no, it is. It's
Nicole
a real
Schwarzinger was in Eden's crush at the time.
Yeah, no, it's a real interesting story. It's a real interesting Hollywood story. There were 7 years in the making, and then overnight. You know what I mean? Like people in Hollywood are like, took 7 years and overnight for it to be an international success.
So Cherry Boom Boom has been like, so this is like your baby, but before that, baby. You were teaching. I love that you started a fitness class called Strut Fit.
Strut Fit.
Yes. So when was that? And I know how it is with teaching. It can become a lot on your plate when you want to do bigger things and expand and maybe do workshops.
Well, it really came about because it was a demand from women. I was doing Cherry Boom Boom early on. It started at King King in Hollywood, and women love the show. Isn't it amazing?
That's such a good room.
It's the most amazing space ever. Like that's what I'm going to recreate in a, that's the vision, right? And more so.
She's like, OEO is
yeah. But that's where Cherry Boom Boom originated. And literally I had women coming up to me and say, when can you teach me how to move like that? And Strut Fit happened out of that demand of women wanting to do moves like that.
Maybe a Strut Fit workshop in Vegas.
Ooh, I like
maybe
it.
at Pool Fitness Studio.
Yeah,
Fanya.
I love Vegas for that. Like just mind open. Like let's just do anything. It's so creative out here.
You get so many bachelorette parties that are just willing to do something like that. So with Cherry Boom Boom and everything, when you're auditioning dancers, what's something that you like? One thing that you're like, she's got it for my show. Like, what's something you really look for?
That's a really good question because I get it all the time, and people want to be in the show all the time, and it's a difficult show.
I know
because it really demands a lot. Technically, they have to be technically high standard, and then emotionally. Because I come from Commedia dell'arte theater as well, they have to be emotionally available, and they have to have a certain kind of fire, like star quality.
Yeah. There is a je ne sais quoi about it.
Right?
So, all of them.
So, and it has to have that full package.
Yeah.
So the dancers have to have it all.
One thing I noticed in Cherry Boom Boom is your girls are classically trained, which I really liked.
Oh yeah,
because I saw a lot of like. There was one I was talking to afterwards. I was like, "You trained in ballet, didn't you?" And
that's right.
She goes, "Yes," and I said, "I saw it in your leg lift."
Nasty girl.
Oh, they have to.
Yeah, the nasty. Yeah,
oh, they all do. I mean, because I trained classically ballet and contemporary modern before I even came to Los Angeles.
Good for you.
So Philadelphia Youth Ballet. So I recognize that training.
Oh, yeah.
And if you have that underneath, then you can do anything. That's why it's super sexy, but it always like has some class to it as well because the dancers are technically extraordinary.
Yes.
Yeah, and I love that. So with Cherry Boom Boom, you guys have transformed the room, and it's not so much pole where people like pole seems like the only thing you can do is swing it. These girls are swinging from the rafters. There's like bar. There's like this. I don't know what to call it, like a Pilates reformer bar almost, that they're swinging and doing these incredibly sexy, like, I was in there, I was like, I'm sweating. That's hot.
And it's hard. They're athletic, right?
Yes.
And that bar set, it's called Bard.
Okay.
And Lisa Eaton, who I brought on in 2019 as co-creative director and choreographer, I knew that I wanted a set that was easy to move and easy to like Commedia dell'arte, use architecture and have a set that you could, do interesting choreography on. So she created the Bard set.
Okay.
And then because we worked together at 40 Deuce many years ago, we understood hanging from the ceilings and using the rafters and using the architecture, using the room.
Yes.
And so that we've came together last year, and that's the Bard set that you see.
Yeah.
And then we actually recreate, like when they called me, we were doing the show in Los Angeles, and they called and said, hey, we would love for you to bring Cherry Boom Boom to, it was Hooters then.
Yeah.
And I said, well, we would love to, but only if we can add some Cherry Boom Boom essence, meaning some of the bar stuff. So we were able to do some of that in the room, make the room more immersive and interactive. I would love, there's still more. We've been adapting the show to each room, but eventually I will have my own room and create exactly the space that I want. But for now, we're in a really good place. Like, we made the room more cohesive, right?
It was interactive. The girls are running through the crowd. They kept flirting with Bree. I was jealous.
Swinging above you, crawling beside you.
Oh my God.
What I found was so insane is when Nicole, the PR rep, when she was telling me about the show and inviting me to the media night, I was like, how'd they turn that room into this? I don't believe it. I don't buy it. I just was like, no, I don't buy it. I've seen way too many comedy shows.
It took some persuasiveness.
And then I went in there and I was like,
yeah.
It
took a little, I think at first they were like, what? Okay. Yeah. But, and we had definitely some challenges to overcome with that. But now they're like, oh yeah,
now
we
they're
get
like,
it.
All right.
Yeah, we get it. Yeah.
You need that in a stripper pole in the middle? Okay, we'll build
Yeah,
it for you.
yeah.
And true, like poles, you can't stick poles everywhere. And I feel like that's all, pole is fabulous. I love pole, but it's also like to bring something else to the table that really embodies the sexual sensuality. I mean, the girls, they're not getting naked either, guys. This is a totally like,
but trust me,
that sexy and to have your clothes on is really powerful.
There was one scene in the show where
and I was like,
love
a pole.
Is this a threesome I'm watching? Like,
could be.
It could be.
It could be.
It was extremely sensual.
It was.
And down to like, it's very it's not topless in LA at all, but we do, it is skimpy, but I love that. The thing is that you can't go out into the audience legally and be topless anyway.
Sure. Yeah.
So
then it's a whole nother club.
But it's a whole other thing. And it's super sexy,
it is very sexy.
Without it. Oh, there's plenty of skin.
Oh, yes.
There's plenty. And amazing bodies.
After we went, I was texting my guy and I was like, so I'm going to take you to the show and you're going to love it and we are going to have amazing sex afterwards.
Absolutely.
I love that. I love that women love the show. That's my biggest compliment ever.
I think it's such a confidence booster.
Oh, yeah.
Just to be around that energy and these women. I mean, you guys, we're in the Cherry Boom Boom house right now. Any minute, babes are going to come tramping through, and it's just
bottle of wine in their hand.
Yes,
like
it's no, but you've been such a force in like this really powerful revolution of women through dance, and I think dance is so important to like. I think people are going through things and maybe they're just not sure. Maybe they're bored at the gym or like take a dance class. Like
seriously,
get your hips moving.
Even if you're brand new, can't dance. Or you think here's the one thing I always hear from girls is like, well, I'm not skinny enough. And I'm like, look at Lizzo.
Yes. And I love that in our show we have all types of girls. I pick dancers that have something from the inside out, and I love the curves. There was actually one girl from LA that is doing the show now, and she used to be super skinny, and I love now that she's like she's muscular and athletic. And the thing is, to be able to do the bar work that's in the show, you have to be more athletic as well. I mean, they have. That show will get your body snatched. Those girls are snatched. And from doing the show.
Yeah.
It's a great workout.
Yeah.
The Cherry Boom Boom workout,
workout, strut fit,
Yes.
workshop.
Yes.
It's coming intensive.
It's working.
Oh, it's all
It's
coming.
already sold out.
It's already sold out, guys. That's our manifestation. We
We've
say on
been
the show all the time.
Yeah, lots of requests for it. So now it's just figuring out the schedule, the time to do it.
Yes,
But
that would be so awesome.
Yeah.
We're bringing it.
Yes,
We've got her in Vegas. We're keeping her here.
Yes.
Any way we can distract her to keep her here.
This is a very female empowered show. Your girls are amazing. They seem very empowered on stage. Do you have what's the most empowering message you can give to our female listeners?
I do. I love that the show embraces and empowers and celebrates women, and that sexy is. I feel like it comes across in the show, and what is playful. There's not one. It's not like just video sexy.
Yeah.
It's not like, because that to me gets boring.
Yeah.
It's sexy because it's playful. It's fun. It's athletic.
Yes.
It's kitschy. It's campy.
The woman in the dominant role.
Everything. It's the woman that's authoritative.
Yes.
It's whatever you want it to be, and whatever is sexy to you.
Yes.
And I love at the end that I see women come in with their men at first, and they're a little bit like, "What are you looking?" And by the end, they're cheering. That's the biggest compliment. I'm like, yes, because we love women, and I love women.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I want them to feel good about themselves, and when they leave and they feel empowered, that's the best thing ever.
I agree.
And you always each song. You're you have your favorite. You got your eye on, and then the next one you're like, oh, now she's doing. Now who is this?
The show moves very quickly too. I've noticed that
it does.
Moves to when it was over, I was like, "Oh, that's it," and then I was like, "Oh, it's been an hour and a half." Is it an hour and a half?
It's literally we made it 70 minutes.
That's what it is. Yeah,
it's a good clean 70.
Yeah, and then I was just kind of
Perfect.
like, "Oh, that's over," but it moves so well together.
Good.
But
that is a compliment of the theater work that I do underneath it, because the show flow is important to me, since it has a artistic feel. There's a depth to it, there's a sexiness.
Yeah.
And then I think what's made it different is that there's also this artistic depth that is not, it's not right at the front of it, so people don't see that at first. They're like, whoa, it's so much more than I expected. It got me. It's visceral. I was feeling things all over the place.
I definitely see your theater background. I have a theater background too. So
I love it. I love it. I just start to think of the next chapter for Cherry Boom Boom, and I'll put music in there that I like for the next chapter, because this one's American Woman, which I love, which is not to get political on either side, but the Me Too thing. For me, the Me Too, I don't want Me Too to suppress women as well.
Yes.
For me, it's the Me Too is yes, accountable, and yes, but women don't apologize either for being sexy and sexual. Own it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And these girls are I own it, and then I'll tell you when no. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's I don't want us to go backwards. So it's also yes, me too, and me yes too. You know?
don't hold back. Don't let any of that
I don't
hold
want
you
it
back.
to suppress the sexual. I feel like one of the best reviews that we got was that these women look like they know what they want and how to go for it and ask for it. And I love that.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah, they're forces to be reckoned with.
They are.
So this is
so
our
are you.
American women for the 21st century.
Yes.
It's it's new thing. We're on a new page.
It's amazing. So also, before we get into our next section, people, where can they find you on Instagram, and also the Cherry Boom Boom handle? And then we'll remind them at the end as well. So follow along with you.
Yes, I would love to stay connected to you guys. So it's Instagram is Cherry Boom Boom the show, and my personal page is Lindsley Allen.
Okay.
And there's that extra L in there, so it's LINDSLEY.
Yes.
ALLEN. I know it's a
And
little
keepers,
tricky.
I'll put everything in the show notes and in our Instagram. I'll tag everything on Instagram too.
Absolutely.
I got you guys.
So
You guys are so awesome. First of all, I have to just say, when you came that night, I was like, okay, we're friends. What? I love these girls.
I fell in love with you immediately because you looked at me and you go, I like how you're dressed. And I was like, oh, thank you.
You are. It's just a vibe. I just, it's good.
I was telling her too. I said, doing radio, I've gotten to interview some pretty great. I said, but a dancer is my soul right here. I was like,
as soon as we booked this interview, she was like, oh my God.
Yes.
Actually, you know what? As soon as I got invited to the media night, and I called her up and I was like, hey, how'd your husband feel about us going out to do this thing? Because I want to get her on the podcast. We got to meet her. Oh, I'm there. I don't care what Chris says.
Yeah, she's like, oh, it's like a rock and roll burlesque. I was like, yes. And then she's like, yes, with Lindsley Allen. I was like, yes.
Oh, you guys are so sweet.
Yeah. She was ready.
I know, girl, you are ready. I can't wait. We're going to have to take those pole classes that you do. Yeah, I knew right away. I could tell the energy. Like, we are friends.
We're building an arsenal
My
of
tribe.
sexy babes, and we're bringing that energy to you, whether it's live shows or workshops. It's all going to be connected.
Yes.
So,
well, here's the thing. And we were asking about dancers, but they got to have some experience behind them, some life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because sometimes when they're super young, they don't have enough
You just
behind them, right? So you can tell
you don't
these
want
girls
somebody
are like
who's been at ABC
lived.
forever and not done
These
anything
had to
outside
live.
about
Yes.
ballet. Yeah.
These girls are like living.
do you think, I know having a ballet background is extremely important. Have you have some that have been like, oh, well, doesn't that maybe not have the ballet, or is that like a core necessity to be in these really big productions, you think?
Well, now getting
Honestly,
into like a dance background, yes. I mean, you have to have that kind of
Ballet,
training.
yes.
You have to
Okay.
have amazing technique to be
Yes.
able to be in this show, because there's something called the Lindsley line. I mean, you have to have long lines. I have to
Yes.
see that line
Yeah.
along with the grit and the fire, and that's why it's not easy. The dancers are next level, and a lot of dancers want to be in the show because there's a high standard, and it's beautiful to see. But it takes, what I don't think people really realize is a lot of hard work. These dancers work super hard, and they're dedicated, to their craft.
Yeah.
And that's where I come from, and that's what I expect from them as well.
Those are your standards. And one more thing is just, well, how do you cross train? Because to keep up with, your dance background and everything, how do you train for yourself? Like, what do you do for your workouts and dances and stuff?
Well, I mean, I was I'm still a yoga teacher. I got yoga certified many years ago at my height I had a very long, fortunate dance career. And along with that, did yoga as well to keep me sane in an insane business. And then just dancing forever.
Okay.
It's just, it'll keep you in shape. It keeps you alive. It keeps that passion going.
Dance and yoga, you guys.
Dance and yoga is a great combination.
Get it in your routine.
And then I want to take your pole classes. I did like 2 of them, but I want to do more.
Oh,
and I was a gymnast when I was young, so that's sort of where the bar and all that stuff, the hanging from the apparatus happens.
Yeah, I was gymnast. So
Yeah,
I had to hang on something.
I didn't do gym. I was not a gymnast, but I did do ballet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but athletic, you know, like tough training. Dancers are athletes, artists, you know, so it's a lot of training.
It's
Yeah.
great it's great for the body, but it's hard on your body.
It is hard on your body. That's why I did yoga
Yeah.
and I still do. It just keeps you balanced and healed. Yeah.
We are still a relationship advice and sex advice
Oh.
podcast.
Yeah.
So
So just a couple of questions for you. So you're married, right?
Should I get more whiskey?
yeah,
Yes, maybe.
yeah.
Do you want a splash?
Yes,
Shall I grab
do.
it?
I actually
All right.
do. I like my Jack Daniels honey. Yeah, I grew up in Pennsylvania, so hardcore ballet, Jack.
Yeah,
Alvin Ailey training, and Joffrey in the summer, and I came out super classically trained to LA.
Yeah.
And then I got there and I was like, whoa,
And
I'm not in
LA's
Kansas anymore.
LA's like, we want you classically trained, but you need to be hip hop. Like,
Well, it was great. That's what I mean. It was great that I have classical training, and that's how it is for the show. And then on top of it, you add all the other stuff and experience. And I mean, a lot of the dancers they're either LA and Vegas. We have a combination of both.
love it.
Cherry Boom Boom definitely has an LA grit that, and I love that.
Yeah.
Vegas has been so welcoming and like, oh my God, this show, it's like new Vegas. It's different than
it
what's
is.
happening here. And I love that.
there's no nudity. Like I said, there was one scene I was like, what's going on up there? Like, is that a threesome? Am I watching this right now?
It was
You
just
gotta come check it out.
very sensual. Like
There's a lot for your
movement.
imagination to be made in this show.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so relationship
Yes.
questions.
Okay.
So
Oh goodness,
You're married.
This is not my expertise, though.
Well, neither are we.
Okay,
So, but our fans made us experts.
you know what? It's just perspective. It's all
Yeah.
perspective. We all have our own way of dealing and
it's
doing
fun
things.
because
So.
she's married with kids. You are married with no kids.
with lots of fur babies and
Yes.
thousands
And
of
dancers.
kids that I teach all over the
You're
country.
married with
Tons of
dancers.
dance babes.
Yes, I am a mama bear to so many.
She's a
and
mama dude.
I'm dating, so it's like we all have different
okay,
perspectives.
okay,
Yes.
nice.
Okay, so you're insanely busy. You're back and forth from Vegas to LA. You're teaching, you're choreographing, you're doing all these things. So how do you prioritize some one-on-one time with hubs?
That is a very good question, and it's so important.
Yeah.
And I realize, And, you know, lately being so busy, it's really important to step away for a moment and say, yes, I really need this time with the people that are important to me. Because I was working, and I started to get grouchy and kind of unhappy and like feel, you know, I know that this is supposed to be a funny show, but
no, it's fine.
The truth
Keep
is
it real.
Show.
Yeah, but the truth is that it reminded me, and I had a moment of like, what am I doing? Because I missed being with people that I love, my friends, and having a good time and that really great connection. So yes, I have to carve in time to be with, you know, my husband and my home. And it's not easy for me because I do love what I do and I do love working, but I can get caught up in it.
Because it's your passion.
It's my passion.
Clearly.
And it's my baby. So yeah, but I do, I have to make time for that as well.
Because it's hard to get reeled back in sometimes.
And he's so awesome because he's an actor. He's an incredible actor. He's done amazing. You should check him out. VJ Foster. He's done like incredible things. Academy Award winning director. Just all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
so he understands the lifestyle.
Yeah.
But you know, at the end of the day, sometimes you just need to like cuddle up and you know.
You're like, babe.
I miss you.
What do you think about like you just sometimes be having such a busy schedule? You have to like schedule a day. You're like, I want to pencil you in, babe, but it's just you.
And I don't mean this to sound weird, but I'm like, okay, on the to-do list tomorrow, like. I need to like on the to-do list tomorrow. I need to do tomorrow.
Oh my god!
No, that's not weird at all. You know, the thing is like my situation right now. I'm in a long distance thing, so we schedule FaceTime because he's in San Diego. So we see each other. We're gonna see each other like twice a month if we're lucky. You know, and so it's like scheduled FaceTime timed with each other, like. Making sure that every night we are on the phone for at least a little bit of time to make sure, because you know there's not a lot of that in person. We're not living together. We're not even in the same states. So,
right. Yeah.
Yes.
I have a question for you too, because I've gotten wrapped up in this. Like, you know, I used to be into a lot of sexy dance fitness and pole fitness, and even before I had kids and got married, before the relationship became like 10 years, you know, it was like, oh, sex all the time, and I'm so sexy, and I work in a sexy world, and then I'm at home, and I'm like, well, why we're not having time all the time for the sex? And then you start to like get in your head about it. Have you had moments of that and you're like, how do I keep things alive and hot? I mean, do you have those moments when you're kind of like getting in your head about it? And what do you do to pull yourself out of it?
I mean, I it's so true because I'm so filled with the brain space for me and figuring out so much and doing so much right now is filled with work, and so that I really need to be able to relax. And that's why I tell my husband, like, I need to be able to be in a space to relax. And have fun. And honestly, when I'm laughing, when I'm having fun with him, when we're having fun and it's not so much pressure, like if it has to be like so much pressure and it's not fun for me. Like to me, it still has to happen like in the moment.
Organically.
And I end up falling in love and with my pants off when we're having a good time and laughing.
Yes.
So that to me is the most important thing. Just connecting in a fun way.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny is one of the things I've noticed, because I'm in a long distance thing, is like the anticipation. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be the hottest sex ever. And then it doesn't always happen that way.
No.
And it came to a point where I got really mad at him because we didn't have sex over Valentine's weekend, and I was like,
great sexpectations.
There's so much expectation.
I was like, are you not attracted to me anymore? And it was like, he was like, nah, we're fine. Like,
but there's so much expectation with it.
So much expectation. Well, I came from like my last relationship with like that's what we bonded on, was just like having all this crazy sex, and now I'm like with a man who's ready to like settle down and do this and do that, and he's like, yeah, we could have sex, but like let's talk.
We could chill too. We could
chill too. And I'm like, wait, what? Oh, you're a real person.
Oh, and I love that. It's, you know, because that's kind of, and then that's what you need, really, at the end of the day. I mean, we have those expectations. I feel like when I'm here in Vegas and he's in LA and we're traveling, it takes a second to like reconnect when you come back. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you know, it's like you see these movies, like you walk in the door and you're tearing off each other's clothes. And I'm like,
that's not how it works.
But the truth is like I need to like decompress for a minute and like, you know,
I want to take a shower and wash my hair.
and then let's watch Netflix and, you know.
I mean, honestly, I swear to God, and he knows this, rub my feet and make me laugh and I am done. I am closed off in a second. It really is. If guys only knew, like, that's really just, you know.
See, my thing is like, if you draw me like a bubble bath and pour me a glass of wine, I'm like, all right, we're ready.
I know, it just takes a little bit just for that, you know, just a little, just to like.
One of the things
let
I
her
told
wind down.
anyway. Yeah.
Gotta
Let
wind
her
down.
relax.
I need to wind down.
Of being on all the time. And I think there's so much pressure with like being this incredible sexy. I mean, your job is like,
is sexy.
it's all embodies being sexy and sensual and confident. So when you're at home and you're like, I just want to be in my pajamas and like chill with my man, and I don't want to have sex tonight. Is that okay?
It's so true. Oh my gosh. I have people that were like, I think they imagined like in my house there were like swings and harnesses and like you're always flying from the chandeliers.
There's
like
always a fan blowing her hair.
Like I literally had a close friend that was like, do you like swing from your chandelier?
Yeah.
I'm like, I wish I could say yes, but but sex is like a lot of hard work. Like, yes, it is.
It is.
But like I was saying earlier, but I do feel like sexy is like, to me, I know it's going to sound so like, you know, woo, but it really is like a lifestyle, like sexy, like in life, like
confidence.
just love in life, like a zest for life, right? Like I'm going to get up today and, you know, we're going to have fun and we're going to have an adventure. And to me, it's more than just the sex.
The sex.
I'm sorry,
it is.
but
No,
I need more than that. It's like a whole thing.
I used to sell sex toys. I used to sell sex toys, and now I do this sex podcast. And I've always told women, your biggest sexual organ is your brain.
Yeah, connect with me through my brain, and I'm there. Yeah.
You know what's funny is like you talk about like you did the pole dancing stuff and all that stuff. She does this sexy dancing stuff. My big issue is I do this podcast where I tell women weekly like do this, do that, and I'm like, and I'm like with my man, and I'm like, you can't listen. You can't listen, because if you listen and I don't pull out this trick, like I'm gonna feel like a failure.
I feel like I have to be on all the time.
I don't want to feel that way. I want you to get to know me, and then we'll play.
Right. Yeah.
And I've found sharing that between women is that like, okay, you probably look at your cherry boom boom dancers. You're like, oh my God, they're having all the sex all the time, every day. Like it's just, you know, nonstop. And then it's like
a nonstop orgy.
Yeah. It's just like, well, you feel that confidence, and that's very intoxicating. And you're like, oh, you're just so curious, but it's like, we're all normal. We all go through like, we just want to chill.
We're all like, I'm on my period and I'm bloated and I need to be in sweatpants right now. So you're obviously a very happily married woman. What is something that your husband did that you really appreciated when you first started dating?
Oh my goodness. I have to say, I met him after I took 2 years off because I was like, I am so over the same guys that I kept choosing, right?
Good for you.
You know, I have to say, it was just the little things.
That's always
You know what I mean? Like in the beginning, I did think it was supposed to be like this big grandeur thing. But what I realized what I really wanted and that he did was he writes the most amazing, beautiful cards that just say, I know. He's like a real, like, he's romantic in the simple day-to-day ways.
Yeah.
He still looks at me and says, I've always been in love with you. Like, I've always loved you. He still says that to me after, you know, and it's just the simple little things. Like, he loves to make me dinner or rub my feet or, you know, it's like the little stuff, you know?
The little things that make you feel beautiful. Like, not necessarily beautiful on the outside, but beautiful on the inside and outside, knowing that he loves you.
And I think when I first met him, I thought, you know, there's all these big things like they should be doing. That's just, you know, that I used to feel like that's what I hear that they're supposed to be doing.
Idealistic things.
Idealistic things. But for me, and not that I mean, of course, I love that too. Yeah. But for me, it was like, I mean, he just had like a super sweet heart. And I've just felt like I've always felt loved by him. I've always felt like the most beautiful woman in the room with him.
And like that kindness, you're like,
just kind.
You're like, a man could be fine and handsome and all that stuff, but he's douchey and got an attitude. That's not sexy.
It's ugly in a second.
It's in the eyes that you go for.
Yeah.
It's always in the eyes that you see that kindness.
He's a gentleman. I have to say, I feel like that maybe sometimes that's gone away, but I hope it's not lost because he's still very much a gentleman, and I appreciate that.
So is my guy.
Yes. Whoa, that's a good guy. Those traits are.
Yes, he's a very much. Chris is very much
inbred
a gentleman too.
Yeah. Like Chris still texts me every morning, and I have to get up with the kids, and I'm distracted. I don't always look at my phone, but every morning, good morning, sexy, I love you.
See,
every morning, and it's like if he doesn't do it, I'm like, what's going on?
That's amazing. I feel like that's really super sweet.
There's something.
It's really meaningful.
There's something that my guy did recently. We were on the phone, and I was talking about because we were set up by mutual friends. And I was talking about our friend who set us up, and I was like, she's so fucking gorgeous, and da 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 da. She's such a babe because she really is. She's a beautiful human being. And I was just like going on about how gorgeous she is, and he stopped, and he goes, "You're fucking beautiful, and I hope you realize that." And I was like,
"You see?
Oh,
yeah,
I do, really... but I'm trying to hype up my friends right now." Yeah. That's what I was just like. Oh,
but that's like quality, you know what I mean? And I've learned to at first I feel like I was like, what? This is so awful. I'm going to tell you something really secret, like a real secret. I don't know why I'm saying this out loud, but the Jack Daniels is.
The honey's in.
I was with all these like non-committal guys, right? And he was like,
same.
No, I just want to be with you. And my response was, fuck you. Come on now. That's you. Like, I thought I was falling for it, but he meant it, and it was that. And so I've learned to say to him, "Thank you," to a gentleman that's like, to a real quality guy. So I hope that you say thank you too, because I've learned with my guy,
I do.
and I appreciate him so much more every year that goes by, because the depth of that kind of heart and soul is. I'm so lucky.
One of the things that
just don't believe it. You're like, what? You want to?
Because I went through so many, and I thought it was just a line. But he showed up.
Yeah.
That I have to say, that's the thing. More than the words, he showed up.
Yeah, and continues to.
See,
they're out there, ladies.
There they are. But they're not the flashy. No,
they're not what you expect.
They're like the real deal.
Yeah.
No, they are. And
I waited for a long time for him, and I was like, you know what? I'm holding out. Maybe it's not for me this lifetime, and that's fine. But I know like what I want, and then I met him, and I was like, whoa.
And I think that's a good time to have a nice time to be like, all right, I'm gonna take some time to kind of like some space from this pattern I'm in with maybe the wrong people, and just kind of see what I want. And you come into a relationship with like this really bold like confidence, and you're just like, and they see that, they're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna catch this one.
Yes,
I'm gonna put out.
Well, I think I was going out with boys, and. My guy he's a man.
You know what?
He's a man.
The thing is, like, I did the same thing. I was dating all these fucking dumbasses.
Yes.
Yeah. And they're young boys. They're like
and
doing
cute
all these.
And not, but a man's a different thing.
I took a year off last year, and I was just like, I can't do this to myself anymore. Not only did I take a year off because I couldn't do that to myself, I was dealing with some like really major heartbreak.
Yeah.
After I found out my ex cheated on me and everything. So I took a year off, and then my friend was like, hey, can I set you up with somebody? And my first reaction was, no.
Right. No. Exactly.
No. Yeah. No. But and then something changed in my brain, and I was like, you know what? Give her my number.
Oh, I love that. And you were still open to it.
Well, at first I wasn't. I was like,
of course not. Yeah.
Now.
But you came from a more confident place as well. Like, okay, I think I think my radar's up.
I needed to cut some cut some things away out of my life before I could commit to that. I needed to because I had this back and forth thing that I just needed to get rid. It was just like a hookup fling thing that you just need to get rid of.
Yeah.
The transitional guy.
The transitional guy, yes. Yeah. Had to get rid of him, and I was just like, okay, give this guy my number. And even when we're just FaceTiming, he'll just be like, it's good to see you. And I'm like,
oh, he sounds like a keeper.
Yeah, I know.
I hope he is.
Yeah. That's what we call our listeners.
That's what we call our listeners, the keepers.
Oh,
I like
that.
Casual crew.
Yeah.
I like it.
But you guys, the Babe Squad is coming.
Yes.
Lindsley has things to do, so a couple more and we'll let you
sure.
fly.
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
Oh, I'm having a great time. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you want to ask her the next one?
Is there something you pretended to enjoy for your husband when you first met that you didn't actually like? Like he's super into video games, and you're like, yeah, I like those.
Okay, no, I have exactly the one. Okay, because he's a great cook, but I'm very picky and finicky. I'm better. But he said to me, I'm going to make you an egg salad sandwich.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. Gross, right? And I was like, okay, I'm going to try it because I really like this guy. So I'm like, ooh, Ew, I hate egg salad sandwich. It was disgusting. I almost like puked in my mouth. And I was like, no, you're awesome, but the egg salad, no. So yes, I was trying things because I liked him, but no. Sorry, can't do it.
Gross. Don't ever make
No,
that
and then camping. Sorry. I have to say,
I love it.
he's like, I know, he's a super like awesome guy and outdoorsy. I know. You're like, oh, I know. It sounds romantic, but at the end of the day, I want to hear room service.
Yeah.
I said glamping, yes, but sorry. I work too hard. If it's more work to go on vacation than it is, I'm not into it.
And God love camping.
I don't like camping.
You know what's worse than camping?
I like outdoors, but not camping.
Going dirt bike riding and camping in the damn...
Oh, I do like dirt bike riding, but not camping in it. Not the dirt.
Camping in the sand, and like I didn't have anything to ride, and I was like, this sucks. I sat there all day like in the sand. They're going dune buggies. I was like, had one Us magazine. I was like, kill me now. There's no service out here. And I was like,
I'm sorry, but it sucks. I don't know. Yeah.
and they wanted to go again the next month. I was like, no, I don't ever want to do that again.
I don't want to sleep in the dirt. Like, I want to be outside during the day in the dirt. Yes, but then I want to go to a nice hotel room. I work freaking hard. I want to relax.
See, I'm not even an outdoorsy person.
tried it,
I'm
though,
like,
but no.
I'll hang out by the beach. Like, I love the ocean. I'll go to the beach. But like, I don't want to go hiking with you. Like, I don't want to do any of that. Like, no. If there's snakes that could be on the trail, I don't want to be anywhere near that.
I know.
We'll try it once though.
I'll try it once. I have. I've definitely tried it. I tried it once for him. Again, the egg salad sandwich and the camping in the dirt. Nope.
This is our Hal Dicker camping and only pack like egg salad sandwiches.
I do. I have like broadened my horizons with him because I do love him so much that I do. We do the glamping. We have gone to Yosemite and we've come like, we
There's
go
showers
halfway.
and bathrooms.
Yes,
glamped.
glamping.
I've
Glamping's
glamped
good.
in Santa Barbara.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, it was right on the beach. I was like, this is my kind of camping.
Because I'm sorry, who wants to have sex with sand rubbing? That is
No.
not sexy to me.
Sex on the beach is not as great as you think it is.
It's a big hoax.
Absolutely not. Yeah. So okay.
Unless you're like on the beach in like the Santa Barbara Four Seasons or something.
Oh yeah, you
Balcony.
can open the balcony.
Beach balcony.
Love that.
Okay, when you guys first met, there's women that make the first. Also, we wanted a little advice on giving a woman like the confidence to walk up to a guy she's interested in and just make the first move. Mm-hmm. Did he make the first move or did you make the first move? Do you remember?
That's a good question.
I'm sure she remembers, but
Yes.
No, that's a good question because I do feel like, sometimes those really nice, sweethearted guys are a little intimidated.
Oh yeah, they are.
So I felt like we were in a rehearsal for a show that we were doing and we kept like finding ourselves standing next to one another. Like we had this incredible energy. But I think that I had to let him know that it was okay to ask me out. So I feel like I did.
She made the first move.
I think I did.
I think all three of us in here made the first
Yes,
move.
I think I did make the first move with him to say like, hey, do you want to like go get a drink or something?
Oh.
And then he was like, yeah,
Okay.
you know what I mean? And then he made like the real move for like the dinner stuff.
Yeah,
but I had to like let him know that
It's okay. You can
It's
talk
okay.
to me.
yeah,
It's okay. You can ask me out. You did the same thing with Chris, though, didn't you?
Yeah.
I stared at him all night. I was dancing on the bar. I finally had to saunter over to him, and his friend like jumped in front of him, was like, do you want to go for a ride in our motorcycles? I was like, no, excuse me. I was like, hi. And he's like, oh, me? Who? I was like,
right?
yes.
So
So I think you have to.
I think so. I think that's the
Get your man.
That's the cherry boom boom American woman, 21st century. Know what you want.
Me too, 2020.
And
Get your man.
That's right. And like go for what you want. And yes, gentlemen, but it's okay too for us to be like, you. I think yes, you. I want to go out with you.
You're right. And we had a couple episodes ago, we had an episode called Don't Be a Creeper, because we were getting males sending us advice like,
They're like, how do I approach a woman?
Single. I'm so scared to even approach a woman now because of the climate. I don't want to feel creepy. So ladies, it's up to us now.
Yes, it
Things
is.
have shifted. Get your man.
That's the thing with the Me Too. I'm like, we have to be responsible responsible. Yes, but don't like let it go like overboard where now like women are afraid to like wear cute outfits and be sexy, and men are afraid to comment. You know what I mean? Like there has to be. I don't want it to get out of hand.
No, that's why I love like Amber,
the sexiness.
That's why I love like Amber Rose, who's like, if I want to be completely naked, that doesn't mean you get to fuck me,
right?
And I'm like, yes, preach it, sister.
That's right. But I that is boom boom all the way because all these girls, they choose to be in this show. Yeah. And they're loving it. Women, men are loving all of it. Like we're all there by choice. So
and owning it.
it.
Yes. You're owning it.
I love you girls.
I love that you both like made the first move. I kind of made the first move. Like he's the one who initiated conversation, but finally when we were like together and in person, I was like, so are we going to make out?
Oh, that's making the first move. That's good. I
was like, because he has these amazing lips, and I was like sitting there, and I was looking at him, and I was like, he's not doing it. He's not doing it. I just gotta say it. I was like, so we're gonna make out, or
I love it. She's so cute. She's in the dating stage. Yes, I know. She's adorable.
She's
I love
flushing
it.
Us.
It's all new relationship energy, guys.
Yes. That NRE.
I love that NRE.
But good lips are a good thing.
Oh yeah. But Lindsley, you are amazing and gorgeous and inspiring and intoxicating. Take all of this knowledge, and hopefully you guys were going to get her to set up a sexy boom boom workshop here in Vegas.
Yes, definitely. Okay, that's yeah. You guys have been so amazing. We're good friends.
Yeah,
we're Sex in this. I feel like we're Sex in the City.
We're over here. We're next time.
Except we have whiskey, not Cosmos.
That's right. We have whiskey, not Cosmos. That's right.
Our dicks are bigger than Samantha Jones.
I'll never forget you for the honey whiskey because now it's my new thing. So.
I know. Did I break the rules again? Sorry,
no. You did the great thing.
We're here. But also, please let everybody know the nights, the times, when they can see the show. Cherry Boom Boom, the show on Instagram.
Yes. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights at Oyo Hotel Casino, 11 p.m. And you can always check out www.cherryboomboom.com because we're going to be performing in Vegas and L.A. Worldwide,
Girls
baby.
Trip.
Boom,
Girl
boom.
Trip. Yes.
Yes, Girl Trip.
Yes. Oh, yes. And also, we've already decided on the episode title, so
that's our cherry bomb right here.
Yeah, she's our cherry bomb. So, and we already bonded on cherry stuff because you guys know my last name was Cherry until Chris ruined it for me.
So meant to be. I mean, when you said that night, your last name was
DJ Cherry Bomb.
I was the DJ Cherry Bomb.
DJ Cherry Bomb. I love that.
But you are the official Cherry Bomb now, so you're continuing the legacy.
She is passing the hat to you.
You guys are so sweet.
And also at Lindsley Allen.
Yes, on Instagram it's Lindsley LINDSLEY ALLEN.
ALLEN.
And then Instagram Cherry Boom Boom the show.
Yep. Yes. All right. You guys come down and see the show. Let Lindsley know how much her words spoke to you.
Yes.
Slide into the DMs and come out and dance and shake it with us.
Yes.
We here.
Yeah, and every night there's like a photo op with the girls. It's like they're, amazing.
We want a Cherry Boom Boom sleepover, so we're ready.
I'm ready. I like that. Retreat. Boom Boom retreat. I love it.
We'll just sit around and tell sexy stories all night.
I love that.
It's going to be the best.
Oh my God, the girls are so great. You would they're the best here in the house. It really is so much fun.
Well, we can
I'm having a great time.
We'll pass the mic around.
Yes.
Sexy
let's meet all the girls and they all, Boom Boom Bounce and Cherry Bomb and Cherry Spice and all kinds.
God.
Oh yeah.
They all have cherry names?
Oh yeah, I got names for all of them. They're all I mean, you see all the
Is anybody
wine
Cherry Bomb yet?
Yes, Cherry Bomb. Sarah Johnson is Cherry Bomb. Yes.
All right.
Well, we need some cherry names for you too.
That's right. I was Miss Cherry.
Miss Cherry. You got your name. Miss Cherry. You have your name. Miss Cherry. Ooh, Black Cherry. I like it.
Ooh,
yeah,
you are the Black Cherry.
Yes.
I love
Black dark and juicy.
Black. Ooh, you hear that, guys? We just got like a slew of new gentlemen listeners. So
yeah, they're lining up quick. So all right. Well, I guess until next time, we're gonna say bye.
Bye.
Oh, good times. We hope you related.
If so, let us feature you. Email us at feedback@keepingitcasualpodcast.com or show you're a keeper on Facebook. Like the Keeping It Casual page and join the group.
Yes, bonus. If you rate and review on Apple Podcasts, you get into our monthly Keeping It Casual swag giveaway. It's the last Wednesday of every month.
More hookups when you share us on your Instagram stories at Keeping It Casual Podcast.
That's right. Find me anywhere socially at MJ Radio Diva.
And I'm everywhere at Breemixed, BREEMIXED.
Keep it casual.
Bye.
Bye.